Hi, everyone. I really want to take a moment to reinforce the importance of structured writing. Okay, remember a body paragraph it's like this mini argument. It's like a block that if you took it out of an essay and you put it on the table, that paragraph, that argument could stand alone, right? Because there are four things that have to go in a paragraph. You have to have a topic sentence, which is the opinion to prove. You have to introduce the evidence appropriately. You have to have evidence in the form of a quote or a paraphrase. And finally, you have to explain how that quote, how those words prove your topic sentence idea. All right. Now, inside the topic sentence and the explanation, you have to have important things. All right. Namely, this introduction to the evidence. Okay. You have to provide the reader with enough information so that the reader can follow your argument. The very first sentence of the paragraph is going to announce the topic plus the opinion, the discussable point, the idea that the paragraph is about to prove. And then the author has to provide the reader with very important information. Okay, so let's talk about that introduction to evidence. You have to have three things inside this introduction to evidence. And I'm going to show you my super technologically savvy and advanced sign. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay, so introduction to evidence, as I try to hold it still. You must provide the reader with three things when you introduce a quote or a paraphrase. I'm trying to not to shake it, but it's hard. Okay, here I am. So you have to have the title of the essay. You have to have the author's name, and finally you have to explain what the essay is trying to say. All right, the main idea. So the title of the essay, name it, put it in quotation marks, the author's name, and then the summary of the essay's main point. Remember, you cannot assume that the reader has read the piece of literature that you are discussing. So you have to set up the quote so that the quote makes sense, right? So you want to provide the main points of the essay before you quote. Help me understand what you're about to talk about. All right, remember the title of an essay also has to be in quotation marks, okay? So titles of essays, I gotta get this right. Let's see if I can get it, if I get it in the center. Here we go. Oh, there we go. All right. Titles of essays, titles of short stories, titles of poems, titles of plays. Titles will be in quotation marks. Titles of books, we're going to leave that aside because you guys aren't really going to be quoting from books right now. You're quoting essays. All right. So all essay titles should be in quotation marks. Okay, so once again, you have to have four elements in an academic body paragraph. I really want you to think about that introduction to evidence today. Think about those three things that have to go in the introduction to evidence. I'll hold up my savvy sign again. Okay, now stop the video for a second and look at these 3 points again. You got to have those three things inside the body paragraph before you quote or before you provide the paraphrase. All right, structured academic writing. It's key. All right. Have a good day.